Susie Poppenhaus. I'm a board member for the Peoria Historical Society, as well as this year's co-chair for the Holiday Home Tour. We will be featuring 6 beautiful historic homes here in the Peoria area, and we are excited to offer it in a virtual format where you can enjoy the video from the comfort of your own home. We will be sharing with you the history of the homes, who built them, as well as the gorgeous decorations. So won't you please join us?
This stately 3-story Victorian-style house was built in 1902 for Charles and Mary Folks, who raised their 2 children here. Today, more than a century later, another couple is raising a family in this 4-bedroom, 3-bath home on historic Moss Avenue. And while these most recent owners have added a good number of modern-day amenities, they have also been careful to maintain all of the flavor of the past. One need travel only a few steps into the oak-paneled vestibule to realize you're entering a very special home. Here, an original built-in bench provides a comfortable place to pull off boots or drop a winter coat. The floor below shines in a handsome black and white basket weave tile, while up above, an antique chandelier original to the home provides a shimmer of light. Passing through the vestibule, the room opens into a large space that manages to be as dramatic and elegant as it is warm and welcoming. There are 3 distinct areas here: a hearth and gathering space, a music nook, and an inviting living room, all overlooked by a commanding oak staircase. The gathering area, complete with a handsome marble fireplace, is the first to welcome visitors to the home. Hanging above is an enormous chandelier capped with red shades and dripping with prisms, while straight ahead, a 12-foot Christmas tree rises into and beyond the curve of the detailed staircase. The mantelpiece boasts lots of shiny signs of the season, while the Christmas tree is decorated primarily with family pieces, including vintage ornaments from an owner's beloved grandmother. Nearby, the music nook showcases an antique Chickering piano. Traveling along the front of the house is the gracious living room. This room features an almond-colored leather sofa and a selection of leather easy chairs, all accented with fur throw pillows. Throughout much of the house, the windows are shaded in ochre-colored wood slat blinds, and the 2 windows in this room are topped with leaded glass transom windows original to the home. The walls here are paneled in oak wainscoting, with the upper walls painted a dreamy midnight blue that changes color over the course of the day. A large-looking glass in the living room is balanced by a second mirror over the gathering space fireplace, casting gleams of light into corners that might otherwise remain dark. Family photographs, board games, and art supplies reveal that this is a family home, well used and well loved. Around the year 1915, approximately 10 years after the house was built, it suffered 2 devastating fires. Much of the detail and original woodwork was lost or damaged. Later, occupants of the home painted over most of the woodwork that the current owners took upon themselves to return to its natural state. They spent months painstakingly stripping and restoring wood window frames, fireplace surrounds, and pocket doors. Now the oak details are showcased throughout the home. The owners tackled several major structural renovations as well. They added all new wiring and plumbing to the home, and also removed and repositioned much of the brick and limestone that make up their well-used front porch. While renovating the house, a few interesting discoveries were made, including an old .22 rifle hidden behind a kitchen cupboard. It makes for an interesting conversation piece. Perhaps the most dramatic element in this triple-use area is the burnished copper tin ceiling, which unifies the space, visually combining the separate living areas into one. In the morning hours, the copper tones of this striking tin ceiling catch the sunlight, while at night, light from candles, table lamps, and of course the Christmas tree transforms these front rooms into a glittering wonderland. Passers-by on the street outside are said to often stop and pause just to enjoy the magical scene within. From the living room, a pair of oak pocket doors leads to the formal dining room. Its trio of windows flanked by oak glass front cabinets. The dining room table seats 8, and it is here that the current family of 4 gathers each evening for dinner. An antique map of Paris hangs above a sideboard, while a second red-shaded chandelier provides drama. These homeowners are dedicated gourmet chefs, and the completely renovated kitchen and adjoining butler's pantry reflect this passion. Butcher block countertops, gleaming subway tile, industrial metal shelving, a glass front refrigerator, a professional 6-burner stove with griddle, 2 ovens, and a freestanding island all make it clear that gourmet chefs are in residence here. The kitchen's double farmhouse-style sink is made from hammered copper, while the bar sink in the pantry is Carrara marble. Several brick walls have been left exposed in this part of the house. Returning to the front of the house, one ascends the main staircase, passing a multi-panel stained glass window original to the home, and 4 panels of Oriental art found in Chicago. The hallway is painted a Chinese red, set off by a pop of white painted trim. Here, an unused door frame has been inset with a large beveled mirror to add light and interest to the space. A pair of matching topiaries provides a splash of green, while a sisal floor mat makes this pass-through hall feel like a room unto its own. This second level contains 4 bedrooms, 2 children's rooms, the primary bedroom, and a 4th bedroom that has been converted into an ensuite sitting room. Completing the family floor is a handsome, fully renovated full bath. The upstairs sitting area serves as another family gathering space. It features a painted oak fireplace with bottle green mosaics around, tall glass front bookcases, and a comfortable couch in tones of deep purple. A bay window with window seat provides additional seating and is also home to a forest of houseplants, which happily thrive in their sunny spot. When Charles E. Fulks built this house in 1902, he worked as the secretary and treasurer of the Jobst Bethard wholesale grocer. Today, 100 years later, another family of food lovers and gourmet cooks sits in the same spacious dining room and prepares meals in the same brick-walled kitchen. One can only imagine the original grocery executive's thoughts upon seeing the stunning transformation of his home, one that now combines all the beauty of the past with so many comforts and wonders of modern-day life. Our next home is tucked far back into a private corner of the beautiful subdivision known as Edgewild. This 8-room home was custom-built in 1967 by architect Arnold Schaffner, who is best remembered for designing very contemporary homes in Lake Forest, Winnetka, and other towns in the Chicago area. The home he designed in Peoria is a bit of a hybrid, however, and it features a number of different architectural styles. While technically a ranch, this unique home has a mansard roof, mid-century flair, and pronounced French influence, and pineapples. Yes, pineapples. Locals sometimes call this the Pineapple House since the original owners of the property incorporated so much pineapple imagery into the home. Here, pineapple finials top the roofline. Pineapple stenciled wallpaper hangs in the hallway. Door hinges are capped with tiny pineapples. The ironwork fans out into the pineapple silhouettes, and even the doorknobs are pineapple-shaped. Pineapples have long been widely considered a symbol of friendship and hospitality, and this feels appropriate since the couple who now lives in this house are well known for their warmth and hospitality. On entering the home, one is greeted by a wide front hall, gray slate floors, and a rich oriental runner. A stairway follows one wall, and rising above its wrought iron rail are two hand-painted panels. These panels depict a scattering of songbirds. The backdrop is a subtle painted sky delicately done in shades of pale blue and smoky gray. At holiday time, the antique console table is decked with seasonal accents and garlands loop the stair rails. Holding center stage, the holiday tree is decorated in shades of red, green, and silver, and a celestial topper shoots glimmers of light onto the ceiling, adding a bit of disco to the scene. Straight ahead is the grand salon, with plaster crown molding, a beautiful border frieze, and a ceiling that soars to 14 feet. The room is dominated by a bank of floor-to-ceiling windows that runs the entire width of the space, with a panoramic view of the wooded rear grounds. This view enchants no matter the season, and at night the lights across the river twinkle like the night sky. This couple has lived here for only a year, but they are seasoned homeowners, decorators, and antique collectors, and already the interior design feels layered and timeless. In this grand room, a white marble-faced fireplace occupies a prime focal spot, and, silhouetted against the window, stands an Empire piano, which has accompanied the owners over the last 3 homes. A sofa in rich shades of saffron and marigold is plumped with throw pillows. And in easy distance are several easy chairs in neutral colors, as well as a tufted velvet chair in a rich royal blue. An antique demi-lune cabinet occupies the far wall, and an enormous oriental rug ties it all together. Here, as elsewhere in this home, the couple culls from a large collection of inherited family pieces and auction and estate sale finds gathered over many years, and treasures appear in every corner. Tucked off to the side, doors open to reveal a small, well-stocked wet bar. Off the living room is the formal dining room. Here, an elegant Duncan Fife dining room table is set for the holidays with classic gold-rimmed Haviland plates. An imposing buffet showcases alabaster lights and a collection of sterling silver pieces, all polished to the highest sheen. A glass front vitrine shows off a beloved great-aunt's 1935 wedding china, and the sparkling chandelier drips with beads. The picture window here is framed by mirrored wall panels that double the vista, and a pair of rich, pale green curtains pool luxuriously onto the floor. Next, we move into the stunning chef's kitchen, which has a vast white Zanby marble island and countertops whispered with gray, backsplashes lined in geometric Italian tile, and luxurious travertine floors. The appliances are Wolf and Sub-Zero, and the cabinets are painted a French country gray, with the uppermost cupboards glass-faced to showcase favorite items. A pendant light fixture dramatically caged in a black metal frame hangs over the island and breakfast bar, while a huge skylight provides even more light. Finally, a freestanding antique hutch in one corner lends a darker patina that perfectly complements the kitchen's many modern elements. Adjoining the kitchen is a large sitting room where family members and guests can gather and relax as dinner is being prepared. The sitting room enjoys the same panoramic view as the living room, and another large skylight amplifies the scene. Anchored by an oversized oatmeal-colored sectional with throw pillows in warm reds and golds, this room has a more casual tone, with a black mantelpiece, bamboo-style shades, and selection of French advertising posters. Open shelves display more items and objects collected over the course of the last 30 years. Clearly, the collecting gene has remained dominant across the generations. Down a short hall, we pass a powder room, full pantry, and then, tucked around a corner, the surprise of an intimate breakfast room set against floor-to-ceiling windows and a 3-panel rattan screen. This hideaway features a round glass-top table and rattan chairs with cushions upholstered in a bold tropical print. A big white paper lantern hangs over the table, and this is not only the perfect spot for breakfast, but at parties, spillover guests find this a quiet spot to chat and enjoy a drink far from the crowd. This home features 2 primary bedrooms. The larger bedroom sits at the back of the house and carries an Oriental theme with lush Chinese blue pillows and Asian-inspired chairs and yet another stunning rug from the couple's collection, this one in rich tones of red, pink, and blue. A bathroom and well-fitted dressing room with custom cabinetry adjoins this peaceful retreat. The second primary bedroom is painted a warm gingerbread, and its window is draped in butter-colored drapes, accented in green and rose and edged in variegated fringe. Here, a grass-green slipper chair sits next to a beautiful mahogany barley twist column chest. Surely the most striking element in this room, though, is its large collection of black and white movie star photographs, each signed by a famous actress. Anyone who sleeps here shares the room with Joan Crawford, Bette Davis, and a dozen other stars of the silver screen. Finally, we come to the lower-level rec room, which has been decorated for fun and nostalgia. The focus is a curved black and white bar in marbleized formica set off by the pecky cypress walls, which have been pickled and glazed a warm ivory. A table with 4 bamboo-style chairs is ready for card night, and the inviting sofa, rattan chairs, and retro coffee table exert an almost irresistible tug, especially if one of the owners is on hand to man the turntable and stack of records, recreating his past life as a disc jockey. Upon leaving this home, we notice for the first time the polished front door and its unique door knocker, which takes the shape of, what else? A pineapple. Centuries ago, people would hang pineapples outside their doors both to perfume the entranceway and to welcome guests. Today, especially during the holidays, the owners of this house extend the same warm invitation. Please, come in. Friends are always welcome here. When the latest residents of this stunning loft-style condo on Water Street moved in, they knew the building's long and storied history. They knew that the condominium was part of a vast warehouse built in 1905 by John Larkin as a distribution center for his thriving business. From its early beginnings as a soap manufacturer, the Larkin Company had expanded to include a mail-order operation, grocery store chain, collection of gas stations, and even a department store, one that promoted comfort, economy, and happiness. Yes, the owners knew the historical background, but their initial attraction was to the location, the layout, and the view, and it's easy to see why. Entering this striking 2,200 square foot unit, one's eyes are immediately drawn to the full wall of floor-to-ceiling windows that overlook the warehouse district and downtown Peoria below. Beginning at sunrise, this 7th floor space is flooded with light, but as the hours lengthen into the evening, a different kind of magic arrives, conjured by the spectacular combination of river, streetscape, and bridge. The new lighting on the Murray Baker Bridge only enhances this experience. The current residents have lived in this loft for almost 8 years, creating a home that speaks to their taste and artistic sensibility. The main living area is loft style and open plan with living room, running into an entertaining area, running into a dining room, and ending in a sunlit kitchen. Though each of these spaces is clearly delineated, the non-rooms flow easily, one into the next, thanks in large part to smart design choices made by the owners. An elevated platform follows the window wall, its height adding a sense of drama to the space. Throughout the loft, the original hardwood floors are still in place, and their warm golden color feels like the perfect complement to the decor. Even under many smoothing layers of varnish, the floorboards still display a few dents and dings, subtle reminders of their industrial past. After all, hundreds of employees once worked these warehouse rooms, so a bit of wear and tear is completely understandable. The homeowners here are clearly lovers of art and contemporary style, and numerous unique pieces are on display throughout the loft, many by local artists. The entrance area, for example, is home to an impressive collection of pottery and art glass, including pieces by Jeremy Draper and Jacob Grant. The living room area is next, anchored by a contemporary sofa and an arrangement of easy chairs. Everywhere one looks, there is art. Paintings ablaze in vibrant colors, oversized mugs purchased from a favorite ceramicist, a striking piece done by a family member, and a standing 3D sculpture. Moving further into the space, one enters the primary entertaining area. Here, a curved bar is the perfect spot to enjoy an appetizer buffet or welcome guests with a cocktail or glass of wine. Everything needed is close at hand. A bar sink, an array of glassware, a refrigerated wine cooler, and plenty of storage. Light fixtures over the countertop echo the stained glass seen elsewhere in the loft, and standing against the window wall across the room, a shiny upright piano stands ready to add to the fun. With the view providing the major drama, the owners tend to keep their holiday decorations relatively minimal. This year, their tree stands in front of a window and features a theme of wine, grapes, and other decorative fruit. Just past the bar, one moves into the dining area, complete with a full-size table and chairs, and above that, an eye-catching light fixture fashioned from wrought iron and glass. The table is set with silver snowflake plates and chargers, and a glowing Christmas tree centerpiece is accented with sparkles of red. Along one wall, a weathered sideboard displays still more examples of art glass, ceramics, and painted pottery. The dining table seats 6, but the homeowners have managed to seat up to 20 people for dinner here. Occupying the farthest corner of the unit is the kitchen, where, during the daytime, sunlight streams in from 2 exposures, and the window seat is a coveted spot. This room possesses all modern-day conveniences while also displaying a number of signs of the past. These include a pressed tin ceiling, more exposed brickwork, and, most striking of all, its setting. The kitchen is located in what once was the freight elevator shaft of the warehouse, and it still retains its massive hammered metal doors. Past the kitchen, the space branches off into the condo's primary bedroom. While this oversized room has plenty of drama, its private location in the floor plan injects a quieter mood. In the adjoining bathroom, a stained glass window is set into an interior wall, allowing light to flicker into the main living space. Back near the front door, a large office and second bathroom create another private area of the loft, one somewhat removed from the more public living space. The office has ample room for working and also serves as a second sitting room, complete with a full-size sofa. This room also showcases more unique pieces of art and impressive beer stein collection. In 1999, this Water Street warehouse was purchased by developers who realized its potential, and soon thereafter the process had begun to renovate the vast space into shops, offices, and residential lofts. The current owners have lived in this condo for almost 8 years, but sometime before that, the couple was out shopping, and the wife spotted a chair that spoke to her. "One day, this will look perfect when we live down on Water Street," she told her husband, voicing an idea that had occurred to her only in that moment. Fast forward to present day, and we find this happy couple comfortably ensconced in their new loft life. More than 100 years ago, the Larkin Company promoted products that provided comfort, economy, and happiness. And down in the warehouse district, these lucky homeowners seem to have found all three. When the current owners bought this elegant 4-bedroom home on Moss Avenue in 2018, they were warmly welcomed and befriended by many of the longtime neighborhood residents. One new friend was a respected clock collector, and among the couple's very first purchases for their home was a handsome antique clock, which now holds a place of honor in the dining room. This timepiece dates to 1887. And there's a reason that its new home is especially fitting. This clock was made just a few years before the original owners of this historic house arrived in the United States. In 1895, Martin and Maida Herschel Same emigrated from Germany to work for the R. Herschel Manufacturing Company, a large East Peoria-based firm that made mowers, reaper knives, sickles, and other farm equipment. Looking to establish themselves in their new country, the Same family built a stately 4,000-square-foot home on more than an acre of land on the bluff side of Moss Avenue. Architecturally, the building is an English cottage-style house made from brick and stucco, though some believe that the design also incorporates Germanic elements that honor the original homeowner's heritage. The new owners, a couple with 2 young adult children, saw the house and immediately fell in love with its history and beautiful bones. Still, after 100 years, certain modernizations were necessary, and this couple dove in head first. In the home's front hall, for example, a graceful staircase with a polished mahogany banister rises to one side. Today, it is decked with swags of holiday greenery. To refreshen and brighten the space, the homeowners painted sections of the wood trim a gleaming white, and then selected a striking wallpaper, one that features exotic blooms and flights of oversized egrets done in shades of pale blue, silver, and a glimmer of gold, all set against a background of deep navy blue. The spacious front hall is also the setting for this year's Christmas tree, placed strategically so it can be enjoyed from various rooms. The tree has a color scheme of sparkling red, white, and green, with feathers, branches, and white birds serving as luxurious accents. Combined with the egret-stamped wallpaper, this entire area has been transformed into a kind of shimmering holiday aviary. The antique settee, rocker, and ladies' chair look as if they were custom upholstered in spring green velvet just for the Christmas season. The living room is a large and graceful space with tall windows at either end. Now beautifully decorated for the holidays, the room's primary focal point is the striking painted fireplace, its ceramic tile cast in various shades of gold. An oatmeal-colored sofa and matching easy chair provide comfortable seating in the center of the room, and a commanding grandfather clock graces the back wall. This front room is painted a handsome green, and artwork collected by the homeowners is evident on almost every wall. Quite a few are vintage landscapes, though pieces by local artists make an appearance as well, many of whom happen to be neighbors. Images of Abraham Lincoln, a family favorite and another famous Illinois son, can also be found throughout the home. On the opposite side of the hall, French doors lead to the dining room. Here, the walls are painted a dark cobalt blue, and a long, formal dining table seats 8 for dinner. An antique chandelier and prism wall sconces, all original to the home, cast a magical glow over the scene. At this time of year, the family's favorite holiday tableware is on display. This china service in gray gold pattern, called Mount Fuji coupe shape, was purchased in Singapore by a family member while he was serving in the military, and it looks stunning when paired with black honeycomb dinner plates and gold chargers. The dining room extends into a cozy alcove framed by an arched ceiling. Here, an antique table with 2 side chairs makes the perfect spot to wrap holiday gifts or enjoy a quiet cup of coffee. Just off the dining room is a 4-season sitting room, which the residents have transformed into a whiskey room. The man of this house is a whiskey connoisseur, and an antique glass front vitrine showcases a selection of his favorite spirits. With poker green walls, matte black trim, and warm hexagon floor tiles, the room has a decidedly masculine feel. A tufted leather Chesterfield sofa with fur throw makes this a favorite place to enjoy a glass of single malt and maybe a cigar. Yes, these homeowners are lovers of old house craftsmanship, but they're also handy, a useful combination when living in an historic home. When the family first moved in, they were thrilled to discover original quarter-sawn oak under the carpeting that covered much of the first floor. Unfortunately, certain patches had been damaged and replaced with plywood. Facing this challenge, the homeowners had new sections of quarter-sawn oak milled, which they then installed themselves. The existing kitchen was dated, with a layout ill-suited for a busy modern family of 4. A major renovation here involved removing several walls and reconfiguring 3 small rooms into one larger L-shaped space. A stainless steel refrigerator, 6-burner stove, and white cabinetry moved the room into the 21st century, while the expansive brick wall and built-in masonry fireplace serve as lovely reminders of the past. Now, white subway tile extends high up the walls, the floors bear deco pattern tiles in black, gray, and white, and the light gray marble countertops swirl with white highlights. The kitchen continues the theme of quarter-sawn oak, seen here on the high-top breakfast table, the island, and the flared hood over the cooktop. Lightening the look and adding an air of femininity to the space are crystal cabinet pulls, glass cake stands, and a pair of matching crystal tiered chandeliers. This home's main level is completed by not 1 but 2 well-used screened-in porches. A large veranda travels the back of the house, while a side porch just off the living room offers a lovely spot for warm weather dining. Back in the front hall, the main staircase leads to 4 bedrooms upstairs. Halfway up, the staircase doglegs into a wide landing where a trio of windows offer a fine view of the deep front yard. At the top of the stairs, a door and a panel of casement windows allow the second floor to be closed off for privacy. Here on the second floor hang a lovely watercolor painting of the home, a portrait of the original owner, and an original framed architectural blueprint dated 1913. The architects of the house were the Peoria-based firm of Hewitt and Emerson, who designed a number of other well-known buildings in the area, including the GAR Hall and the Père Marquette Hotel. Passing a gallery wall of family photographs, one enters the primary bedroom. This restful room has a beautiful bed with white tufted comforter and gray accents, a comfortable easy chair, and a fireplace providing warmth to the scene. Clearly, this room serves as a refuge for the couple, and the renovations are underway to create an adjoining bathroom and dressing room. Wide French doors lead to an ensuite sunroom that now serves as a cozy sitting room. Here, the theme of navy walls continues, and a smoky gray sectional invites family members to kick off their shoes and relax with a book or laptop. A family Christmas tree adds to the scene. From the 3 walls of windows, one can take in the view of the lush back garden, which has a fire pit and a 3-stall carriage house garage. When Martin and Maida Same moved into this Moss Avenue house in 1916, they were no doubt filled with excitement and lots of plans for the future. Today, a new family has arrived with just as much eagerness and energy and just as many plans. The next house on the tour is an ornate frame house built in Peoria's High Wine District. This district is so named because a number of the city's early whiskey barons once lived in this West Bluff neighborhood, one that includes High Street. In 1888, a man named Frank Hall built this home on a parcel of land that had been owned in the 1830s by abolitionist Asahel Hale. The Peoria Daily Transcript called the new house a fine residence with a commanding view. Architecturally, it represents the movement known as Eastlake, a 19th century style that falls under the category of Victorian architecture. This is a very large home with 7 bedrooms and 7,000 square feet of living space spread over 4 floors. Adorned with holiday accents reminiscent of a true Victorian Christmas, this wide entrance hall feels more like a large room than a hallway, and the decor here sets the tone for the lush decorating style we'll see throughout the house. A collection of Aubusson and Oriental rug carpets the beautiful oak floor, and against one wall sits a beautiful Empire sofa in dark navy velvet. Extravagant floral arrangements and classical busts rest on marble pedestals. Holding a place of honor is a tall vase that was hand-painted with roses by the great-grandmother of one of the residents. On each side of the impressive front hall is a parlor. To the right is the Bradley parlor, and to the left, the Chicago parlor. During the late 1800s, solicitors and business associates would have been ushered into the Bradley parlor to conduct their business, while friends and family members would have been welcomed into the more personal Chicago parlor. The Bradley parlor is the more formal of the 2 sitting rooms, and it contains a number of features typically found in Eastlake architecture. These include side slant bay windows, French doors, and ornate fireplace tilework. Eastlake style is noted for its offset angles and asymmetrical nature, and this home exemplifies that. It was designed so that, thanks to a skew or a thoughtful angle, all of the rooms, even those at the front of the house, enjoy a partial view of the property's backyard. The Christmas tree in the Bradley parlor is decorated in traditional red and white lights and ornaments strung with gold garlands. The color palette for this room is established by the beautiful fireplace, its marble surround colored in warm golden tones and etched with urns and rosettes. The gold theme is echoed in the picture frame seen on the walls and also in the multi-armed chandelier that commands the space. Matching curved arm sofas face each other against a flat bay window, and in one corner, a towering cream-colored pillar capped with a gold cornice provides a dramatic touch. Across the hall is the Chicago parlor, decorated this year with the owner's collection of nutcrackers. In the last part of the 19th century, this is where close friends and family members would be entertained, and the same is true today. This room has striking squared bay windows, another feature of Eastlake architecture. In this particular window bay sits an antique desk similar to one seen at Peoria City Hall, and it's topped by a delicate hand-painted Charles Lawton lamp. Ivory-colored marble fireplace is flecked with gray and wears a gold mirror over its mantel, doubling the impression of the already large room. Yellow is the primary color here, and the fireplace is flanked by pale yellow Victorian tufted side chairs, though an antique camelback sofa in pale pink creates a pleasing complement. The dining room flows off the Chicago parlor, and here another twinkling tree and seasonal accents set the stage for holiday festivities. This couple loves to entertain, and a seat around this grand table, now set in elegant red, white, and gold, is a prized invitation. One of the most unique sights in this room is the narrow stained glass window set directly above the fireplace, an architectural feature that is rarely seen. A large collection of sculptural pieces lends this room a gallery feel, and an Eastlake piece used as a marble-top sideboard echoes the home's architectural roots. Off the dining room is the large butler's pantry, often called into service when the couple entertains. Not only does this room provide lots of extra storage, but its long countertops can hold plates and silverware awaiting the next course, or even be enlisted to serve as a standalone bar. The sunny kitchen is dominated by a Chihuly-style light fixture with radiating spirals of neon orange and yellow. An oak table and chairs provide the setting for morning breakfast and casual suppers. Throughout the home, original oak floors are seen in most of the public rooms, while areas such as the servants' quarters and kitchen have pine floors. Just steps from the kitchen is the homeowner's latest renovation project, a vast roof deck providing a commanding view of the bluff below. Ascending the grand, curved rail front staircase draped in luxurious garlands, we find another architectural feature unique to this home. At the turn in the stairs, set before a large window, is a raised two-step platform. The owners believe that this platform originally served as a kind of stage, one from which musicians could entertain the guests below during parties. Today, a mirrored trifold screen captures and disseminates the light. The upstairs hallway is larger in size than most living rooms. Radiating off the hall are a flurry of bedrooms, which the current residents use for a variety of dedicated purposes. The first is the green room, so called because almost every item found in here contains some element of green, including the Christmas tree. This spacious room is offset, Eastlake style, with flat bay windows to the side and a pair of windows that face the street. A green tufted Victorian settee provides a pleasant place to sit, and the cabbage rose carpet echoes the roses displayed on the mantelpiece. Pictures of favorite American presidents line the walls in this room. The centerpiece of the primary bedroom is a dramatic mahogany bed with ornately carved headboard and footboard. The homeowners discovered this bed at an antique shop, but it was completely in pieces. They undertook a full restoration down to locating and adding new bedpost finials. The mirrored side panels of the fireplace across the way allow light from the windows to reflect and multiply. We should take a moment to note that, in addition to the original fireplaces and lighting fixtures found in the home, many other historical details abound. Call buttons, once used to summon servants, are still seen on the walls and door panels. Narrow porches, a classic Eastlake feature, sit off certain rooms. Marble sinks hide behind closet doors, and narrow front and back service stairs run up and down the house. The fourth and final bedroom on this level shares part of the same floor plan as the Chicago parlor below. Again, the unique squared-off bay window is seen here, topped with scalloped lace valances that allow lots of light to flow in. With several distinct workspaces, this room serves as the couple's everyday working office, but personal touches, such as select pieces from their Wedgwood collection, make the room a far cry from a utilitarian workroom. In addition to the fully renovated basement, the attic floor of this house is also well used. In one room, on this topmost level, the homeowners have raised the floor to amplify the view high over the city. This top floor once housed the servants' quarters, and its central area served as a ballroom. A tall tunnel of skylight rises in the ceiling of the main upper-level room, and along the walls one finds both cedar and canvas-lined closets, with dowels running up near the ceiling to allow plenty of room for the storage and hanging of long antebellum gowns. Certain walls here are lined in painted beadboard, while others wear a stucco finish. Ballroom dances have fallen out of fashion, and this attic space is no longer the setting for the grand affairs it once saw. Back down in the dining room, however, the table is set, the glasses are out, and the wine is chilling. No matter the season, at Yuletide and Midsummer alike, entertaining here on High Street is always in style. We come to this stunning home, which sits on the site of what was once the carriage house for a grand estate at the top of Miller Avenue, just off Grandview Drive in Peoria Heights. Built in 1907, the original carriage house was designed for carriages, of course, but it also featured a small living area with a cellar below. Today, traces of that same dirt-floored cellar can still be seen in the furnace room of this completely remodeled home. Since moving into this house in 1992, the current owners have undertaken a number of major renovations and additions, transforming the once humble building into the sprawling three-bedroom home that stands here today. Arriving at the mahogany front door, one comes to a front hall that was part of the original footprint of the old carriage house, although very few impressions of that past life remain. Here, one enters what feels like a holiday paradise, full of mirrors and light. The chandelier is trimmed with a stunning collection of Swarovski crystal ornaments that twist and glimmer like snow globes. Through a set of French doors, the space opens up into a grand formal living room, complete with soaring 20-foot ceilings and walls of snowy white. Sunlight pours into this area from an imposing pair of double-stacked windows trimmed with intricate scrollwork. And at night, two glittering chandeliers create a dreamy and romantic mood. Visually, this room is dominated on one side by a large fireplace and on the other by a grand sweeping staircase. A third chandelier hangs above this staircase, which rises and curves high above the room, serving almost like an interior balcony that overlooks the space below. The staircase was hand-carved by a South African craftsman to echo one found in Nashville's Opryland Hotel. At holiday time, the homeowners festoon this staircase with lush swags of greenery and red bows to complement the living room Christmas tree, which is decorated with frosted berries, shimmering lights, and raffia reindeer tied with tartan ribbon. On the opposite side of the entranceway is the family room. As is true throughout most of the home, the floors in this room are a warm hardwood maple. The family room, while less formal than the living room, has plenty of opulence of its own. The space is anchored by an elegant fireplace now decked with a mantle of festive garlands. Here, a plush, textured sofa and pair of easy chairs provide a restful spot for the homeowners to relax during the busy holiday season. Over the fireplace, a dramatic seascape in blues and beiges sets the color palette for the room, with floral print draperies adding complementary colors. An elegant Christmas tree decorated entirely with glass ornaments shimmers in the bay window at the front of the house, enchanting both the homeowners and those lucky enough to pass by on the blustery streets outside. Along the back of the house is a small sunroom, which leads to one of the home's real showstoppers, its stunning kitchen. A chef's dream come true, this room has every top-of-the-line appliance one can imagine. a 6-burner Wolf stove, complete with built-in griddle and nearby pot filler, double-stack Wolf ovens, and adjacent warming drawers, refrigerated beverage drawers, and a custom-paneled Sub-Zero refrigerator. The kitchen is lined with large stretches of marble countertops, their milky white surfaces shot through with pale gray veining. The backsplash introduces a bit of pattern to the space, while gleaming silver fixtures and hardware provide the bling. A striking pair of oversized pagoda-style pendant lanterns in antique gold hangs over the large island and breakfast bar. Across the room, a huge table sits against a long and sunny 3-sided bank of windows, now trimmed with festive wreaths. The table style is upscale farmhouse, with seating provided on one side by a tall linen upholstered bench, and on the other side with brushed velvet gray chairs. This table can easily accommodate 10 for meals, and at holiday time, silver reindeer pull a sleigh of pine cones, berries, and seasonal greens down the center. This room's tree features a Disney theme with dozens of ornaments especially chosen to delight the grandchildren. In the warmer months, parties and gatherings spill over from here onto the adjacent bluestone patio. This home is located on the 11th fairway of the Country Club of Peoria Golf Course, so the only distraction is an occasional errant golf ball rolling onto the property. The kitchen's theme of patterned backsplash and cool marble countertops continues into the adjoining entertainment area, which is open to the living room and serves triple duty as coffee station, cocktail bar, and buffet serving space. More silver accents add sparkle and shine, amplified by the owner's lovely collection of sterling silver tea and coffee services. The second floor of this home features 3 bedrooms, each with its own ensuite bathroom. The first is a vast and magical space furnished specifically with the owner's 3 grandchildren in mind. This bedroom truly feels like a fairy tale come to life, with painted twin beds capped in ruffled quilts, a pair of matching love seats that share a powder blue ottoman, and an upholstered window seat large enough for an afternoon nap. Surely visions of sugar plums dance in their heads of these lucky children on their many overnight stays. At holiday time, 2 Christmas trees nestle in the dormer windows, decorated purely for the enjoyment of this youngest generation. Housed in its own private wing, the primary bedroom is newly renovated and carries the air of a luxurious sanctuary. The room has a soaring cathedral ceiling, French-style chandelier, and a Henvedon bed dressed in a calming color scheme of beige and antique white. While most of the home's floors are maple, those found in this restful retreat are a warm walnut. French doors lead to a wrought iron balcony that overlooks the backyard, providing a peek at the lights and holiday ornaments outside, though the room boasts a beautifully decorated Christmas tree of its own. Of course, the adjoining bathroom does not disappoint, boasting a state-of-the-art rainforest shower, soaking bubble tub, and Italian marble heated floors. A final attraction of the second floor is the view of the backyard provided by the expansive upper sun deck. The floor on this viewing deck is laid out in a striking grid of wooden deck tiles, and a pair of chaise lounges stand at the ready. This deck overlooks not only the golf course, but also a grove of towering oaks and evergreens, the stone patio below, and a manicured lawn complete with babbling pond. One highlight of the yard below is the large custom-made post clock that was created by the Verdun Clock Company to replicate one seen at California's Pebble Beach golf course. The lower level of this home provides even more areas for relaxation, entertainment, and family fun. An entire suite of rooms serves as a retreat and sports haven for the male homeowner, and one must-see is the trophy case lined with professional NFL helmets. A long corridor lined with signed photographs of noted golfers, vintage golf scenes, and famous golf courses give a hint to the surprise ahead. In one corner of this lower level, the flooring was excavated to allow the ceiling to rise to a dramatic 11 feet in order to feature a sunken TrackMan golf simulator. Reached by descending the series of steps, the room has a 3-camera system that reads and measures the swing, spin, and club speed of the avid in-house duffer. The sunken simulator space is wood-paneled with AstroTurf flooring, a vast screen to absorb the shock of the practice balls, and a wall of locker room cubbies for golf clubs and supplies. The entire space was designed to echo the feeling and ambiance of the lodge at Pebble Beach. From above, spectators can take in the action from one of the many bar stools that line the almost 25 feet of quartz countertop. This room can also function as a theater room for those who prefer movies to mulligans. Another area of the lower level reminds us that time for fun also requires time for work. So, here we find a home office, but one with a twist. This room was modeled after none other than the White House Oval Office. The space is filled with true-to-life details, including a replica of the Oval Office's imposing Resolute desk. Official-looking State Department and governmental signage, a pair of freestanding flagpoles, and a royal blue carpet emblazoned with the presidential seal. Finally, tucked into a lower-level utility closet, one can still see the original brick walls and dirt floor of the humble carriage house that stood on this very site more than 100 years ago. Over the years and during the various renovations, a number of items were unearthed here. A handful of marbles, a child's wooden block, an old jug, and several glass whiskey bottles. Understandable, since some say the carriage house was used to store alcohol during Prohibition. Beyond this small collection of objects, though, it's almost impossible to see any trace whatsoever of what once was a simple structure for horse and carriage. Today, a luxurious smart home sits on this site, one that contains every modern convenience imaginable, even its own Oval Office. It's a far cry from the days when it housed buggy and wagon, carriage and coach.
Thank you for joining us for the 9th Annual Peoria Historical Society Holiday Home Tour. We hope you enjoyed the virtual tour of our 6 private residences. This year, your support means more than ever to the Peoria Historical Society. We look forward to preserving, sharing, and celebrating the stories of Peoria. Happy holidays!